Hi, good afternoon. Today we're going to learn how to complete the square, and in our first example we're going to complete the square of the equation x squared plus 4x equals 0. We're going to try to put it in the form a times x plus p all squared plus q equals 0. Now, our first step, we have to make sure that our x squared term has a coefficient of 1. And remember that if there's no number in front of an x term or x squared term, that the coefficient is automatically 1. So that step is completed. The next step is that we have to try to create a quadratic equation that can be easily factorized so that later on we can express it in this form: a x plus p all squared plus q equals 0. Now, to do that, to create that equation, we have to write back the original that we have here on our left hand side of the equal sign, and we have to divide the coefficient of the x term, in this case 4, by 2 and square that result and make it equal to 0. So this is how the line looks. Write back our original equation: x squared plus 4x plus, take our b term, which is 4, divided by 2 and square it, equals to 0. So now we have a quadratic equation that we can factorize, but first we have to simplify this equation. So we get x squared plus 4x plus 4 divided by 2 is 2, give us 2 squared equals 0, and we know that 2 squared is 4, so our final equation looks like x squared plus 4x plus 4 equals to 0. Now our next step here is to factorize this equation, and if you haven't learned how to factorize, or if you don't know how to factorize, I suggest that you watch the factorization video that is provided under the heading factorization. So when you factorize, we get x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 4 equals 0. X plus 2 plus 2, sorry, x plus 2 equals to 0. Our terms now are x plus 2, x plus 2 equals 0. And now that we have two alike terms, we can merge it and put it into this form: a x plus p all squared plus q equals 0. So to make it look like that, x plus 2, we can use the rule that says a times a is equal to a squared. This is like a, one a, another a, which is equal to a squared. So when we write that, we get a all squared is equal to 0. Now don't mind that we don't have a q term in this example, but our q will be equal to 0 and our a will be 1, so we don't have to write it, since 1 multiplied by anything is that thing. So we get a, which is our 1 hidden, x plus p, and p in this case is 2 all squared right here, plus 0, which is our q, is equal to 0. And that's your answer.